Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yemini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God. This week's Parsha Perspective is in memory of Shlomo Ben Edward. May his soul be uplifted and his memory a blessing. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of Sasson Betzalel ben Batya and Yossel ben Devorah. May they have a quick and complete recovery. This week's Parsha Perspective is dedicated by Kovalsky Realty. I hope each of you took advantage of the incredible journey that began in the month of Elul and culminated at Simchas Torah. For it is this spiritual awakening that gives us a necessary motivation to keep fighting for another year. As we enter the new year with a clean slate, we also restart the cycle of reading from the Torah, which begins with Parshas Bereishis. However, we must understand that it is not just a physical cycle, but rather a spiritual one as well. We have the opportunity to gain a more profound understanding of the Torah and its lessons. For each year, a unique level of spirituality is given to the world which is relevant to that day and age. The Torah begins with the words Bereishis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'es ha'aretz. And in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The Parsha then goes through what was created on each day. The first day, God created light and darkness. On the second day, He created the heavens and divided the upper waters from the lower waters. On the third day, He put boundaries between land and sea and put trees on the earth. On the fourth day, He created and positioned the sun, moon, and stars. On the fifth day, He created fish, birds, and animals. On the sixth day, He created the first human being, Adam HaRishon. And on the seventh day, God stopped working and sanctified it as a day of rest. However, there's a famous question. When Hashem created Adam, He says, "Vayomer Elokim nasa Adam b'tzalmenu kidmusenu." Let us create man in our image after our likeness. But in the next pasuk, it clearly states that Hashem made man and woman in His image. Vayivra Elokim esa Adam b'tzalmei b'tzelem Elokim bara oisai. Zachor unekeva bara oisam. God created man in His image. In the image of God, He created him. Man and woman, He created them. Why did Hashem say, "Let us create man in our image after our likeness"? Who is this other entity that God is referring to? Rashi, amongst many other Mefarshim, explain that the reason Hashem said, "Let us create man in our image after our likeness," is because He was discussing the making of man with the Malachi Hasharis, the ministering angels. The Gemara in Sanhedrin writes that when Hashem wanted to create man, He first created one group of angels, and He told them, "If you agree, let us make a man in our image." However, the angels replied, "What are these people's actions that you want to create?" And God told them, "Their actions are such and such according to the human nature." And the angels replied, "What is so significant about man that you are so mindful of him?" And then God in return burnt the angels with fire. The same conversation occurred with a second group of angels with identical results. When Hashem created the third group of angels and asked them, they replied, "The entire world is yours, and whatever you wish to do in your world, do." And then God created Adam, the first person. However, there's a deeper and more profound explanation. That God was speaking to mankind that He was about to create. He is telling every single person, "Let us create you." God did His part by making you, your personality and abilities. However, only you can fulfill and complete the vision that God has in store for you. And when you follow the Torah and keep the mitzvahs, Hashem helps you achieve and complete your real capabilities. When you are connected to Hashem, He gives you a glimpse of who you are and what you can become. And this will hopefully motivate you to aim higher and reach further than you ever thought possible, completing the process of creating you. In our daily life, it is imperative that we understand that real change starts within you. For only you know what work needs to be done to get to a greater level. And with every objective you complete and goal you accomplish, you bring yourself closer to achieving your dreams and reaching your potential. This lesson is ever more prevalent as we begin a new year filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. The only thing that needs to be done is to look inward to see which path you should take. There is an amazing quote that I once heard. Change starts with you. but it doesn't start until you do. Have a great weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.